This is Nightline.
Tonight, 2 cold cases, 1 killer, 2 of the biggest unsolved murders in history. The Zodiac killing.
David Faraday, Betty Lou Jensen were on Lover's Lane. And all of a sudden, Zodiac shows up and kills them both.
And the Black Dahlia murder.
Elizabeth Short's body was cut in half.
Now one amateur sleuth says he's cracked the code, and they're the work of one man.
Without sounding cocky or arrogant, I have to say, yes, I am undoubtedly sure that this is the right guy.
Is it the same killer? Plus, date my friend. What's old is new again.
The apps sometimes are just, for me, it's just too impersonal.
Some people trading dating apps for PowerPoint presentations.
Why a PowerPoint? There's something that's quirky about PowerPoints.
Pairing up to pitch their bestie to a group of strangers.
Why shop? I ask you, why not?
Did anyone find love? And they were on-screen lovers.
Cherry, you're the one.
And off-screen pals. But actor Chris Noth revealing he and Sex and the City co-star Sarah Jessica Parker are not friends. Why, he says, they split.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, an astonishing claim about 2 of the world's biggest unsolved cold cases, the Zodiac killing spree and the Black Dahlia murder, that have baffled investigators for years. Now an amateur sleuth insisting he's cracked the code and says they're the same person. Here's my Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chang.
Who's Zodiac? One of the great unsolved serial killing mysteries of all times. The first 2 known Zodiac victims. A young couple, David Faraday, Betty Lou Jensen, were on Lover's Lane. And all of a sudden, Zodiac shows up and kills them both. Just a few months later, it happens again.
So now all we can do is wait perhaps for that next phone call from the man who calls himself Zodiac, who has killed 5 and says he's going to kill again.
The Zodiac killer began taunting police and media, but he did it in an altogether different way with an elaborate cipher system. He would kill, then communicate, kill, then communicate.
You say you cracked that code.
Now, 6 decades later, one amateur sleuth says he solved the case, and with it, another infamous unsolved grisly murder, the Black Dahlia.
What does all this circumstantial evidence say to you?
Marvin Margolis is a Zodiac killer and the Black Dahlia avenger.
You're that sure?
Without sounding cocky or arrogant, I have to say, yes, I am undoubtedly sure that this is the right guy.
The Zodiac killings threw the public into pandemonium.
The Zodiac killings seem to have these subtle similarities. It's killing couples or people in Lover's Lane.
September 1969, Cecilia Shepard was stabbed, and Brian Hartnell. Once again, a couple attacked.
That chilling moment dramatized in the 2007 thriller Zodiac.
He's coming towards us. Oh my God, he has a gun.
Don't move.
After the Zodiac killer kills a couple in Vallejo, he goes to a payphone and calls law enforcement.
The Zodiac was playing a game with the public and with the newspapers and with the police.
The case remains open. Investigators still looking 20 years after for a man with horn-rimmed glasses and crew-cut hair.
The Zodiac killer released a number of ciphers or encrypted letters.
They look like Egyptian symbols. You practically need a Rosetta Stone to figure out what it means.
Enter Alex Baber, the amateur sleuth, a self-styled investigative consultant, founder of Cold Case Consultants of America.
We crop the top of the hair, like the sketch.
He says he's finally solved the puzzle that reveals Zodiac's identity and another epic mystery.
The Black Dahlia and the Zodiac killer are probably on the Mount Rushmore of American true crimes that have yet to be solved.
The Daily Mail breaking the world exclusive with Baber's stunning theory.
Today we're going to do a visual breakdown of the Z13 proposed solution and there's 13 character or symbols.
How did you crack the code?
I got every male name and surname, not just in California, but across the nation. And we took that data set and we entered it.
You looked at 71 million names.
And then it went from there to a little over 7,000. And then from there, it went down to 184, and then to 35, then to 14, and then to 1.
Alex Baber teamed up with Michael Connolly, journalist turned crime novelist.
I had a brother who worked for the NSA, and I knew he could get me somebody really good to either tear this apart or confirm it. And it was like 3 guys with about 100 years of experience at NSA doing cryptology work came back and said, this is legit. He did it.
What was the one name?
Marvin Merrill.
Marvin Merrill, born Marvin Margolis, long suspected by authorities not in the Zodiac killings, but in the Black Dahlia murders as well.
I realized that Marvin Merrill was in fact Marvin Margolis.
When I think of the Black Dahlia, I think of probably one of the first and most gruesome true crime stories.
The body was bisected. It was cut in two.
She was found completely naked. Her bottom half, the rest of her torso, and her legs, naked, were placed near the torso, and they were in an obscene position. Her legs were spread.
This was clearly someone who had the medical and surgical skills to be able to commit this crime.
William J. Mann is the author of The Black Dahlia, Murder, Monsters, and Madness in Mid-Century Hollywood.
Her killer inserted a knife blade into her mouth and gave her a Glasgow smile, which unleashed a flow of blood in her mouth, and that's what killed her.
The LAPD and FBI quickly identifying the body as 22-year-old Elizabeth Short.
There was a movie out a year before called The Blue Dahlia. Elizabeth Short was known for her raven hair and dark clothes, and so she became known as the Black Dahlia.
She was looking for a place in the world, and that was taken from her.
Former homicide detective Mitzi Roberts was in charge of all things Dahlia at the LAPD for 17 years.
I volunteered for it because I thought, who wouldn't want to solve the Black Dahlia? And now I realize why I was the only one that sort of raised my hand, because it was a full-time job, is a full-time job.
Rick Jackson was her partner at LAPD. Both believe Baber's new theory.
In terms of your level of confidence, 1 to 100, where are you?
I'm at 100%.
I'm 99.9.
So how did this young woman cross paths with her alleged killer, Marvin Merrill? In 1943, he was still Marvin Margolis, a pre-med student who'd done field surgery in World War II, coming home with psychological issues. He and Elizabeth met on Hollywood Boulevard and began dating.
He was obsessive and controlling. He told Elizabeth Short, and friends of hers verified this, that she was not to see other men.
They had lived together for about 12 days. Now, statistically speaking, your love interest, be it your husband, your boyfriend, your ex, is most likely your killer.
Marvin Margolis has both the how and the why. He has the surgical skills, and he has the rage to do it.
His name showed up in the grand jury list of suspects.
Yes, and they interviewed him twice, and he lied. And if there was any kind of slip-up, it was the effort to find him once he left town.
He just slips into the darkness.
Yeah, and then, of course, he changed his name, and he moved around a lot.
2 decades later, when the Zodiac spree begins, Margolis, now 43 and going by Marvin Merrill, is on his second marriage, 3 kids.
How do you refute what most lay people say? Like, it was 22 years apart.
We're not saying, first of all, that nothing happened in between. And I know personally 2 cases that I strongly believe, as does Alex, that are connected to the Zodiac.
Baber says at the time of the Zodiac killings, Merrill can be tracked to the area. Baber believes he was still obsessed with the Black Dahlia and that he called police about the Zodiac hits from Vallejo, near the home she once lived.
There's a personal connection to Elizabeth Short. For him to pick, there's, I think, somewhere around 450 towns and cities in California alone, right? He picks Vallejo to commit his crimes.
Baber tracked down Marvin Merrill's son, who does not believe his father is a killer, but he shared this tantalizing sketch drawn by his father.
And I see this sketch of a nude woman from the waist up, no navel. And then it has Elizabeth written in large capital letters across the bottom, and it's signed and dated by him. And he had mentioned to us, well, my dad dated another woman named Elizabeth.
And so he thought it was Elizabeth that his dad had dated, maybe.
I can only tell you what he told me. I'm thinking there to myself, okay, the Zodiac loved games. What if he hid something within this sketch that could possibly link the two cases?
Baber says he and his team used image-enhancing software to penetrate deeper layers of the sketch, which you can't see with the naked eye.
We started peeling the layers off, and in the very lower right, during the admin, the word which appears to be Zodiac, capital Z, lowercase o, capital D, lowercase IAC appeared.
The hidden word, that to me is the real smoking gun.
It could be people seeing what they want to see, having blinders and saying, hey, I'm trying to solve this, I'm trying to see this. Is that a Z? Is that a D?
I find it extremely probative, but it must be authenticated to make sure it's not a ruse.
Baber also points to this Chicago newspaper profile of Margolis with a photo of his wartime souvenirs.
He's actually quoted stating he brought home a Japanese bayonet and gun that he had taken off a Japanese soldier.
A bayonet-style blade was used in one of the Zodiac slayings. Though they don't have the actual bayonet, Baber says the Japanese military issued bayonets with these unique markings, the very same symbol used in the Zodiac cipher.
I see a potential correlation between Zodiac and Dahlia. Has it been proven beyond a reasonable doubt to me? No, it has not, but it bears investigation.
Los Angeles police sources telling ABC News they are taking Baber's findings seriously and have long suspected a possible link between Black Dahlia and Zodiac, but they insist other Black Dahlia theories remain in play.
Our thanks to Juju. For many more details on this story, including how Baber says he narrowed the field to one man, watch Impact by Nightline, Kill Code, Black Dahlia and Zodiac. 2 cases, 1 killer? Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. And when we come back, pitch and pair dating, where your wingman goes why.
So clap if you are single.
Welcome back. Though dating apps are everywhere and it seems like everyone's on them, some singles say there's no substitute for the face-to-face of it all. But now a modern take puts your wingman in the spotlight as he or she pitches you to the crowd. Here's Nightline's Ashin Singh with another look.
Love is an inexact science. The sound of a balloon popping on Pop the Balloon Live is unmistakable rejection.
That's a deal breaker for you? Deal breaker for me, babe. I'm so sorry.
And it's better luck next time for guys and girls who leave Love Island single.
Unfortunately, you have been dumped from the island.
Dating apps are still very popular. 3 in 10 U.S. adults say they've used a dating site or app. But some say meeting matches at an in-person singles event is an alluring alternative.
If you're not at Crush Club, where are you at?
I was looking for something where I can go with my friend instead of going by myself to some type of in-person event, and there wasn't really anything like that.
In the rough and tumble dating scene, Pitch and Pair is the new singles event that centers around a pair of friends. One makes a sales pitch to a room full of potential admirers about why they should date their friend.
She is probably the smartest person I've ever met in my entire life.
After all the presentations, the audience gets to mingle and meet the people who were pitched. Joe Teblum, a 33-year-old marketing professional, created Pitch and Pair.
The first one was definitely a maybe we should try something else. It was basically my friends pitching me at a bar to a few people.
You got pitched?
I got pitched.
Okay, how'd that go?
Well, there was nobody really at the bar. So that was kind of the start of it, and now we're selling out top NYC venues. It's really like a wingman show, where it's like your friends are there to help you find a date.
The apps sometimes are just, for me, it's just too impersonal.
Sham Subramanian says dating in the Big Apple can be discouraging.
Most of the time when you're talking to people in New York who are like chasing something.
Sure.
So the dating is sort of like, you know, a sidebar, like sort of like on the back burner. So everybody's just caught up doing their own thing.
And that's yourself included, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're focused on your comedy career.
Of course.
So the 35-year-old decided to take a chance on a Pitch and Pair event.
Are you excited for tomorrow night?
It's tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
He's enlisted his best friend, John Tilson, as his wingman. Both are comedians in the city, and the two have a podcast together.
It literally popped up on his Instagram, and he's like, look at this. Because all I could, I'm a big Seinfeld fan, so all I could think about was that scene when Kramer is getting auctioned off. I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
I know him too well.
Now, John has to make a PowerPoint detailing Sham's best traits.
Thus far, I've got the lovable, laughable, and eminently entertaining individual.
There's something that's quirky about PowerPoints that amplifies everything that someone does in a pitch.
And Sham has not seen any of this yet, so I plan to show him this tonight.
I think there's a 75% chance I'll meet the woman of my dreams at Pitch and Pair.
Oh, wow.
We have John and Sham!
With 200 people in the audience, John and Sham take the stage. Their one-liners get tons of applause.
Why, Sham? I ask you, why not? You're the meat. Give it a little spin.
After that is a Q&A.
Does anyone have a question for Sham? Yes. How old are you?
That's none of your business.
After 15 presentations, the room empties out. People head to the bar, where anyone who wants to know more about someone who is pitched can talk to them one-on-one.
Getting lines of people to try to talk to somebody just doesn't happen in the real world.
John has found success at Pitch and Pair.
Yeah.
He recognized Candace from the comedy scene in Boston and asked her out.
She actually moved to New York a couple months before I did, and we've sort of reconnected. It's been cool. The After Bar. How do you like the place? She said it's fabulous.
You're actually helping people find, in some cases, love.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
The fact that it turned into actual people, like, getting into relationships and meeting people, like, that's just a whole nother level of, like, satisfaction.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, the real-life breakup of Sex and the City's most enduring couple. And finally tonight, they play one of TV's most celebrated couples, but now the actors are not even friends. Chris Noth opening up about his falling out from friend and Sex and the City co-star Sarah Jessica Parker.
Everybody's wondering if you and Sarah Jessica Parker are friends or have parted ways, I think is what it is.
We're not friends. No, I think that's pretty obvious.
Noth appearing on the Really Famous with Kara Meyer Robinson podcast, citing Parker's public statement in response to multiple allegations of sexual assault against him as the reason they're no longer friends.
No, it was sad, it was disappointing, it was surprising because you need to call me and hear my side of this. And you've known me for many years and we've worked for many years.
The actor played Mr. Big, Carrie's on-again, off-again love interest. His character was killed off in the first episode of the series spinoff, and just like that. The full interview is available now on Really Famous with Kara Meyer Robinson on YouTube. And that's Nightline for this evening. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.